Thank you so much. Thank you for that warm welcome. You are much too kind. Isn't this a great time to be a member of Rotary? We are in the midst of a wonderful historic year, one that, in all honesty, no one is in any great hurry to end. So instead of ending, let's create a new beginning. Instead of closing the door on one year, let's build a bridge to the next. Because as long as a river flows, people appreciate a way across. I used to see an example of that every day in life as I drove to my dental practice in Edinburgh, past some of Scotland's most prominent landmarks, the bridges over the River Forth. Some of you will be aware of them. They are iconic pieces of engineering. The Forth Bridge, the rail bridge, was opened in 1890. The Forth Road Bridge was opened in 1964, and more recently, the Queensferry Crossing Bridge was opened in 2017. The thing that always strikes me about the Forth bridges, rail and road, every time I see them, is that they were built by people who had vision. Vision for people they might never meet, vision for people they would never know, vision for people whose lives would be improved. And that vision, even as in the case of the Forth Bridge 133 years later, is appreciated by all of those who use them. Just as our vision in Rotary is appreciated by those whom we serve. In 2006, I visited a village in Thailand, Ban Taling Jan, where Rotary members, following the tsunami of 2004, had provided new houses, a meeting hall, a childcare facility, and a healthcare facility. There I was approached by a woman who looked as worn as you might expect of someone who had faced and lived through what she had done. That woman offered me a beautiful seashell. This beautiful seashell. She explained that the shell had been in her possession for more than 30 years. It was one of her very few remaining possessions. And initially, I was reluctant to accept it. But she insisted on giving it to me as a token of her gratitude for what Rotary had done for her. Later on the tour, I saw the woman again, and I learned that she had lost her husband, her daughter, and also her son in the tsunami. She told me that that disaster had taken everything. She lost her family, her home, her livelihood, but worst of all, she had lost hope and all reason to continue to live. But she went on to tell me that Rotary, thanks to all we had done to rebuild her community, had restored her optimism. She told me we had given her hope. This is a beautiful shell. And as I was planning the theme for our year and what it would mean, I was drawn not only to the shell, but also to the colours of the world around us, which are used to great effect by one of Scotland's greatest living artists, John Laurie Morrison, OBE, better known as Joe Lomo, whose paintings Heather and I have admired and collected for many years. As we were selecting the colours for our ties and our scarves, as you can now see on the screen behind me, I wanted them to reflect the world's colours, and more importantly, what Rotary should focus on in our year ahead. The memory of the lady from Thailand and these colours made me realise that what we should be seeking to do at this time, what we should be using as our call to action, and that all made me realize what our theme should be. And so I am delighted to tell you that our theme for 2023-24 will be Create Hope in the World. 세상의 희망을